Cernovich.com, here to talk about the biggest news of the day, by far the biggest story of the day, because it's one that impacts all America, everyone. Yes, it does, because it's InfoWars today, tomorrow's everybody. Conservative bros, conservative bros are what I call conservative men. Because if you really want to see a feckless lot of people, go look at the conservative bros, and they're all going, "LOL." Jones is banned. Well, how soon will the conservative bros be banned for going her gender, two genders? Mike Cernovich doesn't care about all that stuff. I was pro whatever. I don't. I'm a libertarian more or less. I just don't. The borders have to be taken care of. So everybody going, "Oh, there's only two genders. LOL, so funny. We're so edgy. We're conservative bros." You're all next. You're definitely all next, because Alex was not banned for any, but he's been unpersoned from the internet. He was not banned from for a specific video. They didn't say, "Oh, he posted this one video. This one video violated the rules, and therefore he's gone." No, 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 no. He's just banned from the internet. And by the way, it's only going to get worse. So I don't feel bad. Well, I feel bad for him. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I feel bad for everyone, really. But it's going to get worse. There's going to be more attacks on him directly. It's going to get a lot worse. So he's facing, 15 different lawsuits. He wins a bunch of them. But when you win, then the media makes the people you win out to be a victim. So, for example, the media had said that he was, they said he was trying to collect money from the family of Sandy Hook victims. That's actually not how the law works. The way the law works, anti-SLAPP law works, is that if somebody files a lawsuit against you that is frivolous, then you are entitled to recoup your costs and your legal fees. It's a procedural defense you have to raise, and if you don't raise it, then you can't. You have to raise it, right? It isn't like you're countersuing them. It's the actual defense to the lawsuit, and it's called anti-SLAPP. So what the media is not reporting about these Sandy Hook lawsuits, which, by the way, I remember I was in studio with him, and Megyn Kelly came on, and this Steve Petronic or whatever was saying, "Oh, Sandy Hook," talking about Sandy Hook. And I was like, dude, like, Sandy Hook happened. I don't even know how the heck all that, stuff, I don't even know how that spread. But, me, I've always, it's like, it happened. I don't even understand where that came from. But that aside, regardless of what happens, there is what's called a statute of limitations. And the statute of limitations is pretty straightforward. If somebody says Mike Cernovich, I don't know, murdered some guy, random guy, old lady walking down the street, I have a year to sue for defamation. That's the statute of limitations. You can't go, well, 5 years ago, somebody said this bad thing about me. No, it's called the statute of limitations. So the Sandy Hook families, I actually read the lawsuits and I understand the law, and unlike the fake news media people, the lawsuits were going back to 2012. But those are outside the statute of limitations. So the Sandy Hook parents can't say in 2012, Alex Jones said this about us. No, that's barred by the statute of limitations. This is like pretty straightforward legal law stuff. And so Alex Jones, within the limitations period, has never said anything about an identified or identifiable plaintiff. Now, you notice in all those lawsuit or articles, they never quote a First Amendment lawyer. Isn't that interesting? Right? Raise your hand if you've seen an actual legal expert quoted in any of the Sandy Hook articles. Well, I mean, there's a reason for that, right? Because if you quoted a lawyer in the article about, because they'll go, "Oh, Sandy Hook parents sued him." And if you quoted a lawyer would say, "Well, I actually read the lawsuit. They're trying to sue him for things he said 5 years ago, but the 5-year comments are outside the statute of limitations period. And the only thing that they can claim he said within the limitations period of 1 year is, oh, I think the Sandy Hook thing, there were some people looking into things or something," whatever he said, but he didn't say anything. Defamation has to be a statement of fact about a clearly identifiable person. A statement of fact is not a statement of opinion. So if he says, and by the way, I'm not going to say this because people will edit it just like they edit all my other videos, and then people will go, Cernovich said the following in the video. So if Alex said Sandy Hook is a blank, you can't claim defamation for that because he's stating his opinion about an event. Now, if Alex Jones said Mr. Smith lied about X, Y, and Z, then we're in the realm of defamation. But again, it has to be a clear statement of fact made within the limitations period, which is 1 year. So when Alex Jones filed that brief under the anti-SLAPP law, he was just saying, hey, they're suing me for protected speech and speech outside the limitations period, and I'm entitled to costs, but he wasn't actually seeking costs. He was only seeking $1. Why? Because under the law, you have to seek $1. You can't seek zero. It's just a procedural quirk. And that's why these articles about him don't ever interview actual lawyers or First Amendment lawyers or free speech lawyers. Because here's what a free speech lawyer would say about Alex Jones. I'm not saying this personally. I just happen to know a lot of free speech lawyers. Here's what an actual real life free speech lawyer would say about Alex Jones. They would say the following. I don't agree with his assessment of Sandy Hook. The parents really suffered. He should have thought about that. These are real people with real problems and real tragedies. He should have thought about that in 2012. He should have been more conscientious, more empathetic. Absolutely, he should have thought this through. That said, he has not said any defamatory statement within the statute of limitations period, and therefore the lawsuits against him are strategic lawsuits against public participation and have to be dismissed under the anti-SLAPP lawsuit, right? So you see, that's how the law works. The law isn't about, oh, this person's a good guy, bad guy, we like this person. The law just says, man, this is really sad. And this is actually, here's my personal belief. What happened to the Sandy Hook parents is incalculable tragedy. Incalculable tragedy. And the idea that people would call these people up, the parents up, and say, call them names, it's just appalling. I mean, they lost children. So for me, it's just horrific that people would harass them. There's no question about that. That said, Alex has said that he believes Sandy Hook happened. He has said that. So so here's the irony of all this. You have to reach back to amplify an untruth. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So back when Alex Jones had a much smaller platform, he made an interpretation of a situation that was incorrect. But his audience was smaller. So the media is actually amplifying it to get him. They're going, oh, Alex Jones says, no, Alex Jones does not say it. Anything he has said, it happens. He did a video. He wanted to talk to the parents. He did a freaking video. He did a freaking video where he called Sandy Hook a tragedy, said he's sorry for any parent who lost a child, and that he would be glad to sit down and talk. He did a video. You can find it. Well, you can't now. YouTube banned it. Oh, so now we're seeing what's really going on here. So the truth is Alex Jones in 2012 was just wrong. Just objectively wrong. And no question about it. He was just wrong. He made an inaccurate assessment of the facts. No problem. I've told him this in person, so I'm not throwing shade on him. I'm like, dude, how did you even get into this thing? He's like, I don't know, we're talking about it. Just people send in tips. All I did was hosted people to talk about tips and stuff. But what they do now is the media, they can lie about you and then you can't defend yourself. So now they can claim that Alex Jones believes all these things and he can't actually do a video response. And by the way, they're going to try to kick him off of every platform. That's the whole point. They're going to try to kick him off of the whole internet. Then they want him banned from airwaves. And then they just want him banned from all of society. And by the way, so I have a little question for you. Because the media, they care so much about, hate speech, right? So the media cares about hate speech. So Has Brian Stelter ever talked about Barack Obama's secret meeting with Louis Farrakhan? Yes or no? By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button, hit the like the page, hit an emoji as you're watching the screen, click the hearts, click the thumbs up, click the arrows. If you're on YouTube watching, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Anybody claiming things about Sandy Hook absolutely happened. I've never not said it didn't happen, and I disavow anyone who says anything to the contrary. By the way, you'll notice the media is so dishonest that I won't even say now people claim Sandy Hook is a blank, because the media will edit out people claim and they'll only splice out that one sentence and then they'll lie about me. That's what they do with all this stuff. They go, oh, Cernovich said the following, and they clip off where I go, people claim this, and then I repeat what people claim. They splice that video and audio, and then much to my chagrin, because the media lies about me. You people ask me about these dumb videos, right? Like the media lies or whatever. I know the media's gonna lie. Then people, heard a video of you saying thing. Oh, you mean you heard a video where people spliced out, people claim the following, and then I said the following. Oh yeah, real incriminating stuff you got there. But that's what people do. So I won't even say people claim blank about Sandy Hook, because that will be edited by the media, circulated around, and that's what they do. That's how they lie and control the narrative. Yes, Alex has said Sandy Hook has happened 100 times. 100 times. But if we're so worried about hate speech, and by the way, I don't think Louis Farrakhan should have been banned from Netflix. I am on record as saying that. Louis Farrakhan belonged on Netflix. Why? Because free speech. So Brian goes, Mr. Stelter, remember when then candidate Trump went on InfoWars and praised Alex Jones? Okay, Brian, fair point. Touche. If you don't like Alex Jones, it's a fair point. If you like him, it's just whatever. But let's just say Alex Jones, I'm not saying Alex Jones is a bad guy. Assume that you think like Brian, who thinks that about Alex. Well, okay, Brian. What about Louis Farrakhan and Barack Obama? Why have you never reported that? Right? So if all these people if these people in the journalism and the media, if they really care so much about this stuff, well, okay, then say, but Obama met Louis Farrakhan. You got to do both, right? That's the whole point. This is why media doesn't understand why they're losing the trust of us. You have to do both. If you don't like Alex Jones and you think he's a disreputable person, then you would say, Trump met Alex Jones, Obama met Farrakhan, secret meeting. I mean, this really just goes to show that politicians will pander to anyone to win. Right? Fine. I could live with that. I'd be fine with that. I don't have a problem that CNN criticizes Trump for going on InfoWars. I think it's misguided, but I don't have a problem with that criticism. I'm okay with criticism. I'm okay with you having a different opinion than I have. But if you claim to be an objective journalist, then you have to report on both. Don't you agree? Yes or no? Agree or disagree? If you claim to be an objective journalist, you must report on Barack Obama's meeting with Louis Farrakhan. Correct? Agree or disagree? So in other words, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? If you criticize Trump for having been on InfoWars, you must likewise criticize Obama for having taken a secret meeting with Louis Farrakhan. And Louis Farrakhan, you don't even have to, there's no dog whistles for Louis Farrakhan. When it comes to Louis Farrakhan, it isn't like, oh, what does he really mean? I mean, Louis Farrakhan is quite overt. So Brett Basel, has the right take on this, which is, I don't support so he says he does not support Alex Jones and what InfoWars produces. He's not conservative. However, banning him is wrong. It's not just a slippery slope. It's a dangerous cliff that these social media companies are jumping off to satisfy CNN and other liberal outlets. This is part of a disturbing trend. Yeah, I mean, they're coming for all conservatives. That's the whole point. And I don't even Brent, I don't even, this guy's not my friend. So that's the whole point is if you have just an iota of intelligence, just a little bit of intelligence, you're like, it isn't going to stop with Alex. It isn't going to stop with Alex. Oh, Super Chat on YouTube. I forget I have Super Chat. I have not been doing enough plugs. I just haven't been doing enough plugs. So if you're on YouTube, you can use the super chat feature. And if you're, or just like and subscribe, you can like and subscribe to me on YouTube for, as long as that's going to happen. And, well, how soon before the InfoWars app is banned from the iTunes store? That's the whole point, is he's being banned everywhere now, right? And then what happens now is like, so I don't believe that Apple and Google and YouTube and Facebook all met and said we're going to ban him today. It's just like herd mentality and groupthink. So that's how this works, is once they go, oh, well, the media will go, well, I mean, yeah, he's been banned from the following 5 platforms. Why are you the holdout? That's how they're going to pressure these other people. And then they're going to go after, of course, other conservatives, Ben Shapiro. They went after Breitbart. So this is really just the beginning of it all. It's just the beginning of it all. But yeah, so if you're on Facebook, hit the like button. Give me some emojis on Facebook. Hit them emoji buttons and the like buttons and the share buttons and the same thing. Because here, I'll show you. A lot of people don't know this, but so here's how they initially started. So they initially changed their algorithm. They initially changed the algorithm so that it was harder to find the videos, right? But if you wanted to find it, and that's the difference between what has happened today and, how things are going now, is that it used to be they would just make it harder for new people to find you, but your existing, fan base, your existing people could indeed watch you and could find you and everything. And that to me was sort of a happy compromise. It's a happy compromise. People are saying they're going to ban me. Oh, of course they are. I mean, Alex was the big white whale. That's not racial. That's a Moby Dick reference. So for all you illiterates out there on the left, that was not hate speech about Alex Jones. White whale is a Moby Dick reference. It's an illusion, not illusion, illusion. And now that they got him, they're going to headhunt everybody. Now that they got him, they are going to headhunt everybody. It's just the way it is. And ultimately, they're going to go after Ted Cruz. They'll ban Republicans. This is about rigging the midterm elections. Because, here, you want to see hate speech? Here, I'll show you real hate speech. Do you want to see actual real hate speech? I'm going to show it to you. Hold on a second. It's been a busy day. Wow, I tweet a lot. Gosh. I forget how prolific I am until I actually try to find a tweet from like an hour ago. Dude. Okay. I'm going to show you hate speech. Has CNN made any calls to ban Antifa from social media? Thank you for the super chat, Lucas. I appreciate the super chats. YouTube super chat is enabled. And I'm going to show you hate speech right now. You ready for hate speech? Real hate speech. Yes or no, are you ready for hate speech? Let's go. As you can see in that video, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens were merely trying to enjoy a breakfast. A far left-wing domestic terrorist group known as Antifa shows up, harasses them, and attacks them. So that is actually real hate speech. That is actual real harassment. That is actual real danger. Okay, so my next question is, I'm going to show you this video. Have you seen any calls from CNN to have Antifa banned from the internet? So right now they're surrounded. Look, they actually need, in case you're missing, is police actually have to show up to provide protection, because that's the dangerous, volatile situation is. So yes or no, has CNN tried to get Antifa banned from any social media platform? So this, So, police have to provide protection. The police have to create a barricade because of actual violence, actual harassment, actual violence, actual, terrorism right there. So where are the calls from CNN to ban Antifa, right? Where are the calls to ban Antifa? I don't see it, right? I don't see it. Fascinating, right? Isn't that just really interesting how that works? So, we care about harassment. We care about free speech. We care about, all these threats. We care about, all this stuff. Just really, really, really serious deal. And yet you can't get, you just can't get them to cover it, right? Objective attacks, right? It's not, it isn't a dog whistle. It isn't a, maybe, this. It isn't a, maybe that. It's just like objectively, you can show Antifa assaulting a person, trying to kill people, trying to commit murder. And if anybody who knows me and has watched me just a little bit, you know that I'm actually like a tolerant dude. Other than, pedos and stuff, I have a major tolerance level for people. Unless you're, unless it involves kids, it's just whatever. It's none of my business. That's what the, the issues are. Just, you want to be gay, you're trans or whatever. Just who you are. I don't go around, trying to police what people are doing. So let's go ahead and watch some actual hate speech that happened this weekend. And so again, when you watch this video, has CNN tried to get Antifa banned from the internet for this? So Antifa organized their attack. They organized their rally. So go ahead and watch the man with the mask on, the black helmet. Now this is actual violence here. So as you watch this, just keep in mind that CNN is not trying to get Antifa banned from the internet. So let's go ahead and watch that again. So he has some kind of blackjack in there. It looks like an umbrella, but there's a spike on there. Boom. Boom. Guy falls down. Starts bleeding. So Where are the calls to get Antifa banned from the internet? So here's actual violence. Boom, right there. This is actual violence. And why is the media not trying to get these people banned? Right? Why are they not trying to get these people in? Boom. Oh, right there, the guy falls. And if you want to see what happened to the guy who fell down, you can, of course, see that the man was left on the street bleeding. There was some kind of blackjack or something in the... Thank you for the super chat. In the... so here's literal blood. So here's actual blood, the bloodied body of the man who was attacked by Antifa. And I don't see any calls to have Antifa banned. So right now, a bunch of people probably from the SPLC or the ADL or some group false flagging me are making anti-Semitic comments. So in case it's not clear, I disavow all anti-Semitism. I disavow all of this bird dogging stuff, trying to show up, say things, and then people say, you are not my commenters. And in the event, there are one or two people who are actual real-life anti-Semites, and they aren't being paid by some kind of super PAC to try to attack me. If you actually don't like any group of people, you just leave. Just that's your friendly reminder that, one, I don't believe you're real people. I believe you're being paid to show up to do this. But if you are real people, you are not welcome here. I don't want you here, and I disavow you here because that's what you do. Yeah, so we have all these people, talking about, trying to side. That's the way it is, and they have all these bot accounts and all these other things. So that's, of course, what they do here. And these people are paid, people are paid to do this to me. So what are you going to do? But back to why are there no calls? So this guy was the victim of Antifa violence. So why are there no calls to get Antifa banned from social media, right? Because if it's really about truth, right? So let's talk about the truth. So this guy on video, again, this is a far left-wing Twitter account. The guy's just a freelance journalist, though. So here you go. Let's just go ahead and watch it in slow-mo. He's hitting the guy. He's got some kind of blackjack, some kind of device. Boom, hits the guy on the head. The guy falls down. The guy's left bleeding in the street. That's Antifa. That is actually not an isolated incident. There was an event in New York that was doxxed by several people on Twitter. And what is happening here in this event is here's a man being pulled out. This is, of course, the coverage in the New York Daily News. To their credit, the New York Daily News actually reported on this because most of the media outlets are covering it up. So here is another Antifa terrorist victim right here. So this man, by the way, the headline is alt-right. First of all, it wasn't an alt-right event. Second of all, this guy he's not even a political guy. He was just a guy out. Look at him, carried off in a stretcher after an Antifa attack. So Midtown alt-right, and I always find it fascinating how they say event turns violent. No, the event didn't turn violent. The Antifa terrorists showed up. The Antifa terrorists showed up to commit violence. So this is not an event, people started fighting. No. This guy was leaving the event. This is the New York Daily News. Kevin Downs took the photograph. As you can see, this is what Antifa does and what they set out to do, but the media isn't calling. The media isn't calling for the bans. That's fascinating, right? I mean, isn't that really interesting that the media doesn't want Antifa banned? So let's go ahead. Violence erupted outside an alt-right gala. No, violence did not erupt. When a black clad protester punched and choked a partygoer. So no violence erupted. An Antifa terrorist tried to commit murder, and he is facing actual felony. Here he is. Antifa people are always white. This is another picture from the New York Daily News and Kevin Downs. So they're all white, right? So this guy, he's a strapping young lad here. He's got, a good jaw. Looks like he's fit. Looks like he, maybe does some triathlons. So this guy right here, David Campbell's his name, went to kill this guy. Does that look like a fair fight? And he sucker punched the man. So this is the victim right here, carried out in a stretcher, neck brace, blood, coming out here, profuse blood, being bloodied. And this is the guy who sucker punched him. So David Campbell says, so is this a fair fight, right? I mean, but this is, and by the way, this terrorist attack was organized on social media. It was organized on Twitter. Multiple people were there for it, and the media will not report on it. So that's what I find, fascinating about all this, is just the lack of, actual coverage. So Antifa shows up, a guy almost dies, but we should ban Alex Jones. Right? That makes complete and total sense. Let's ban Alex Jones for this. By the way, if you are on Facebook, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, hit the emojis. Hit the emojis. And, right? So hit the emojis if you're on Facebook. Let me see the hearts, the anger, the frown face, the, whatever. So this is, of course, Antifa. So just, give me an emoji, however you're feeling. A thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And if you're on Periscope, tap the screen and all that stuff. So yeah, this is the kind of violence organized on Twitter, organized on social media. And by the way, the person who did this, David Campbell, is in fact going to go to jail. He's in a lot of trouble because he hit the police officer. So he was such a dummy that he didn't know that if you beat up a Trump supporter, you might get a pass. Although in New York, the NYPD doesn't have a lot of patience for this. But if you do notice this, he tried to put a police officer in a headlock. So that was a very big mistake. So pro tip, I'm not inciting violence. This is me being sarcastic, just so people don't try to misinterpret what I'm saying. But if you're going to attack a Trump supporter, you should probably not attack police, right? Because if you attack the police, not only will you be charged for the attack on law enforcement, but you will also be charged with the underlying assault that led to the arrest. So just a pro tip for Antifa. You should not ever attack anyone, but if you're going to attack people, attacking a police officer is a very, 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 very bad idea. I'm just telling you that right now. Pro tip. Definitely a pro tip. Don't do that. So yeah, he's in a lot of trouble and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go tweet that out real quick just so people have it. Because that's the thing, is a lot of media does not cover this stuff, right? So Antifa terrorist David Campbell. So we'll go. Hold on, I'm going to tweet out the top charges. All right. Antifa organized a terrorist attack openly on social media. One of the men got violent, tried killing a 55-year-old Jewish Trump supporter. The terrorist, the thug, faces 15 years in state prison. However, CNN will not report on this. So yeah, I mean, that's, kind of like where we are, that's where we are. It's just crazy stuff here. No calls to get the guy banned. No calls to censor. No calls to do, anything. Fascinating, right? So that's where we are. So we got multiple attacks. We have the bike lock professor. It's just on and on and on and on and on and on and on we go. So David Campbell, by the way, so he's going to trial in September. He is facing the top charge, which the top charge is kind of short for the most serious charge, is a felony attempted gang assault in the first degree. So a lot of, because he had other co-conspirators that they organized the attack with. And then, of course, here is his victim. So David Campbell is facing a lot of time, a lot of prison time in state prison, where he will learn a lot about a lot of things. I wish nothing on him, of course. Just saying that is the reality. That is the reality. All right, my friends, thank you. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying thank you as like a light, commercial break. So, friends, I thank you. We're going hard all the time. Every day, we go hard. How do we do it? GorillaMind.com. 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 We have, well, not we, it's, I just take them. I take the stuff, I invested, but I don't manage it. There is just some amazing products. You might have saw me earlier take 3 of the Smooth. This has tyrosine, theanine, alpha GPC, teacrine, which is a non-caffeine-like stimulant. So it isn't a stimulant that gives you jitters. It's just a focusing agent. This is my favorite. Huperzine A is in this. This is my favorite. What we've done is bundled the products on sale. So I think they go for, I don't know, $35 or something a bottle. But if you buy both, you get 1 Rush, which has caffeine, 1 Smooth, which you can take in the afternoon, no jitters, no nothing. And you can take both of those and get both of those for $49.99. So I guess that is $25 a bottle. GorillaMind.com, GorillaMind.com. Now, not everybody, wants to be, super intense, super focused. But everybody needs a good night's sleep. That's why there is also Gorilla Dream. Go to GorillaMind, GorillaMind.com, GorillaMind.com. And we have just an incredible, I take this, it's incredible. It's not just ZMA. It has melatonin. It has a little bit of zinc, GABA, which is phenomenal. I take GABA separately, and just GABA by itself. There's also a little bit of GABA in there. There's also valerian root, which is super effective. So I've taken a lot of different sleep aids before. Nothing ever really worked for me. Nothing quite like Gorilla Dream. And then, of course, because a lot of ladies A lot of ladies in the place with smiling grace. Is that how it goes? To all the ladies in the place. I don't know. I don't have the rhythm right now. But a lot of women, and by the way, a lot of men too. Take care of your skin. There is a Gorilla Youth Serum, which is, again, go compare this to Whole Foods. Go compare this to a spa. Hyaluronic acid, all kinds of topical vitamins. Go to Whole Foods, go anywhere. Compare the ingredients. $30 minimum. Most spas over $100. We're able, or rather the company's able to sell it for one bottle $12.99 or three for $29.97. So you can get all that at GorillaMind.com. It's all great stuff. I mean, it's all stuff that I personally use. And if people want to complain, go buy your stuff from Whole Foods. Just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, people. Oh, just take care of yourself. That's all I want for you. I just want you to be healthy. Why? Because if you're healthy and you take care of yourself, we'll all live in a better world. We'll all live in a better world if you're healthy. That's why I'm a mindset guy. I am a mindset guy. So let's go ahead and scan the internet, see what's going on. Alum. Alum has a very good profile. Let's see what Alum Bukhari is up to. Net neutrality wasn't really net neutrality. So that's actually a really good point. By the way, did I talk about Candace? I did. So net neutrality, right? Net neutrality was premised on the idea that we need a free and open internet. That's what net neutrality was based on, is we need a free and open internet. But why should we have net neutrality when the networks aren't equal to people? The Young Turks is named after a group of genocidal people in the Armenian genocide, right? The Young Turks is like naming your YouTube channel what is it, Staffen? I don't know how to pronounce it. The SS, however the heck you pronounce it. Naming your YouTube channel the Young Turks is like naming it the Staffen fruit and SS, whatever you call it. So literally a genocidal squad during the Armenian genocide, and YouTube promotes them. By the way, for those of you who don't know this because you believe fake news, let's go look at the Armenian genocide. So this is something that the media does not want you to know about. So let's go look at this. Young Turks and the Armenian genocide. The Young Turks were the perpetrators of the Armenian genocide. The Young Turk movement emerged in reaction to the absolutionist rule of Sultan Abdul Hamid. So, naming yourself the Young Turks is like no different than a swastika. But YouTube promotes the Young Turks. Right? So this is not a Google the Young Turks Armenian genocide. So YouTube promotes a channel. It's just like naming your channel, after Hitler, after the SS. But that's okay if you're on the left and you killed Armenians who were Christians, I suppose. So what is the standard here? The Young Turks is a hate speech name. So why is the media not demanding? Why is the media not demanding the change of names? They're freaking, the name, the Young Turks, is actual literal hate speech and is pro-genocide. I mean, this is true. It's just like, it really is like unbelievable. So the name the Young Turks is actual genocide, but nobody on the left is trying to get the Young Turks banned, because that's just the way it is, people. That's just the way it is. Deal with it. Deal with it. Just accept it. Bow down. I mean, the absurdity of the world we live in is, it really is just insane. It really is just insane. Right? Just, it's insane. And that's the Stalinesque, the 1984 world that we live in, which is, you can name yourself after a genocide group, and that is not hate speech. The Young Turks and the Armenian genocide, definitely educate yourselves. But that is not hate speech. But if you, I don't know, have a countervailing, point of view, then suddenly, you have to be banned. It's crazy, right? It just, the world we live in. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for as long as you can, really. I mean, this stuff can, any day, any of us can be banned any day. That's for sure. It's just the way it is. So if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook, like the page, give me an emoji, give me a thumbs up if you like the content. If you want to see more of it, give me a heart. Give me, it's not just validation, people. This all goes into, stuff. So I don't need, it's not like I'm trying to get the validation. Although validation's nice. I mean, I get a lot of hate, I get a lot of, attacks. So a little bit of love, it feels good. I mean, if you should see the stuff people send. The stalkers, I'm dealing with police now to try to do something about the stalkers, that they just won't, and then the media says the stalkers are actually, the people who are stalking me are actually the good guys. It's just all, we live in an upside down world where if you're on the left and you stalk and harass people, then that's good. If you're on the left and you name yourself after an organization that committed genocide, they don't have any any problem with that. Really, it's just really, really fascinating how this all work. Oh, wow. This is amazing. Very disappointed. We have enough patriot vitriol promoted from the left. Your negative comment about movie that was 99% fantastic was not needed. If I ever decide I need a traitor in the ranks, you'll be my first choice. You'll just need to change your name to Judas. No excuse for your insult to Dinesh and all patriots. This is absolute insanity. I gave Death of a Nation a high review. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I deal with, is even, I gave the review a highly, highly, highly reviewed. This is unbelievable. So I don't know if those of you who watched, is there anybody on YouTube or Facebook or Periscope who watched my review of Dinesh's film? Unbelievable. This is, unbelievable. Did you watch my review of Dinesh? How was I negative? Unreal. This is this kind of goes to show just the stuff that we deal with is, they're saying that that I insulted it. I told people to go watch it. I mean, this is, what I deal with every day. This is what I deal with every day. So I got to tweet this out just to show people. Hold on, I'm still here. Chat amongst yourselves. Did you watch my Death of a Nation review? And if so, where did I insult Dinesh? Unbelievable. To write is to be misunderstood. To be a writer is to be misunderstood. So yeah, I'm actually going to show it side by side, and then I'll let you guys. So yeah, I promoted Death of a Nation like quite heavily, and yet people say, I mean, this is, lunacy, but this is the kind of stuff I deal with. It's just, and that's, goes to show that if you're a writer or any public figure, this is what you have to deal with. So let's go ahead and, so if hit the emojis, like, this is why I need your likes and subscribes, because even when I'm a great guy, I get hate. So here's me, short version of my review of Death of a Nation. Go watch it. It shows the genocidal thinking of Nazis and how that mirrors today's Democrats. Look at Sarah Young, hired by the New York Times. They would fit right in with Hitler. Showtime's here. So not only did I say go watch it, I said, here's a link. Click on the link. Go watch it. Here's how to watch it. Feedback. Very disappointed. We have enough patriot vitriol promoted from the left. Your negative comments about movie that was 99% fantastic was not needed. If I ever decide I need a traitor in the ranks, she'll be my first choice. You'll just need to change of name to Judas. No excuse for your insult to Dinesh and all patriots as he puts his heart and soul into his work, just as you claim to do with your career. Please consider softening your heart and realize your words are sharp as two-edged sword. If you ever dare to contact me, you'll first need to apologize to Dinesh. No excuse for traitors and ranks. You're off my crew. No soup for you. Right? I mean, come on, people. So, I mean, this really just goes to show how if you are a writer or any kind of public figure, you will be attacked, even by your own quote-unquote side. So again, I'm a traitor. Here's my actual review. Short version of my review of Death of a Nation. Go watch it. Here's how. Showtime's here. So again, I'm not complaining or whining. As you can see, I'm just smiling and, having a good time with all this. But this is just to show you that if you ever enter the public spotlight, even when you say, go watch this film, here is how to watch it, there will be somebody out there who's going to call you a Judas and a traitor and say that I made negative comments. Short version, go watch it. Here's a link. I'm trying to promote the film. I'm telling people to watch it. Very disappointed. So again, but that's why you can't take criticism. That's why you can't take criticism by people seriously, usually, because it's usually just not, it's not even accurate. That guy's not even in the ballpark. Right? That's the whole point. He's not even in the realm of where we are. Right? I made no negative comments. I told people to watch it. And yet, I somehow attacked it. But that's what I deal with every day. But again, that's why your likes and subscribes and your support, that's why showing me love matters, because I deal with hate even from my people, even from my fans. I just deal with an insane amount of hatred and toxicity and negativity and, you name it. It's just unrelenting, really. It's just unrelenting. So yeah, hit them likes, hit them subscribes, hit them, you name it. You name it. Hold on, I did a crypto podcast, I think I did a crypto podcast. I interviewed some guys and talked to some guys and, the whole thing. Good guys. hold on, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know. So he wants me to, I don't know where his podcast is. All right, cool. So I did a podcast with some guys, and we're good to go. We're good to go. I tell you, this Alex stuff is only going to intensify, though. The Alex Jones stuff is only going to intensify because now they have a big scalp. So Alex Jones is a big scalp. Right? Big scalp. So that's Alex Jones. He's a big scalp. And now they're going to go headhunt for more and more people. Now they're going to say, oh, Alex Jones was banned. Why won't you ban this guy now? It's just, it never stops with the people you don't like. That's just not, it's not the way censorship ever works. It never stops with the people you don't like. All right, Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button, hit them emojis, share this video with people while you can. Who knows how much longer? Who knows who's next? Facebook, thank you so much. Hand me them emojis. I will talk to you later. Facebook. All right, YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Show me some love. We deal with a lot of hate. We deal with a lot of drama. We deal with a lot of negativity. It's always good to hear from the people who actually like us. Hit the old like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you're on Periscope, tap that screen a few times. As always, this is Mike Cernovich. Always a pleasure talking to you. I will no doubt be doing another episode today.